Welcome, guys, back to the Midnight American livecast. At least that's what we're calling it for now, until things change. And they're bound to change. We're getting this thing going. We're in a new studio now, or at least we spent the weekend here trying to make it look nice for you and make it sound good, too. Give it a little bit of muffled sound. I'm here. My name's Ben. I'm with my buddy here, Justin, who I've known for quite some time. And he's running the buttons, running the tech stuff that I'm no good at.
I'm the button pusher.
Yep, the man behind the curtain,
buttons.
making it happen.
Push their buttons, everyone's buttons.
Cool, dude. How was your weekend, by the way?
I don't remember what I did.
Really?
Is it not the weekend anymore?
You know, but you're not drinking, you're not smoking.
Oh, yeah.
And now
Well, I went to the Purple for Parents meeting with Carrie Lake and Shuri.
Nice.
That was pretty good.
Fighting a good fight.
Yeah.
Right on.
We're going to make some changes.
There you go. You know what I did? I tried to do a video for...
and Friday I went to the Trump rally.
Oh, okay. Oh, that little thing.
Yeah, that's what this weekend was. The Trump rally.
Why didn't I get invited?
You
need to invite me, dude. You needed to just push me in there one way. I've already been to one, so it's not like I'm not feeling like I missed out on anything too much. You know, we'll see where all that goes. We got the 2022 election coming up, and you know, they're pulling all the regular stuff. But we'll get into that. Okay. What I want to talk about is that life is what you make it. This is kind of what I wanted the whole segment to be about, because we want to appeal to creatives, artists, people who are in the field, because this is what we do, and people who understand that this is it's the free market. You know, it's capitalism. It's just how it works. And we're not looking for anyone to give us anything. We want to do good work, put it out there. If you like it, we want you to come and watch the video. It's like that with anything that we do. If we're not serving the people that we are working for, or whatever, you know, whatever it is that we're doing, whether we're recording music or painting or doing anything, if it's not good work, we don't expect to get paid. We don't expect to be subsidized in any way. Life doesn't give you that. That's not the way that life works. And so what we want to do is offer tools to a certain degree, but we also want to talk about current events as well. Okay. But we want you to have some common sense and street smarts, and not just be led by the nose through whatever the narrative is that's being put out there by whatever particular creative industry and artistic industry that you're in, because we know how that ideology is. Yes, it is. What we kind of preach is a little bit more conservative type values. Not that I'm completely on that side. I like to see both sides. You know, Justin's more hardcore conservative. I'm kind of just right of center, I think. There's certain things I don't agree with, you know, in that field, but I do believe in capitalism. I believe in working hard and being fair, being honest, offering something of value, and being brave. We're going to talk straight up today. We said when we started this podcast that we're going to be honest, right, Justin?
That's absolutely true.
We're not going to hold back. And we're going to be straight with you, at least with our opinions. And they are just opinions. Just opinions. Straightforward as we can without getting kicked off the platform. And just talk like you're here with us. You're the third person here in the room. And we want to be truthful. We want to be honest. And fight the good fight. And be courageous enough to say what's on our mind. So, okay. So we'll be talking about both things. We'll be talking about some things that have to do possibly with human nature, some things that have to do with maybe tools that you can use to be able to further yourself in whatever career you're in, and also current events. Sound good?
Sounds good.
Sounds awesome to me. What other podcast would you want to listen to? Jesus. Okay, here we go.
Jordan Peterson.
Jordan Peterson's awesome, dude. Okay. I'll never be a Jordan Peterson. Okay. Look, man, we got to set our standards a little lower.
I wouldn't say lower, it's just different.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Love listening to that dude. He's good, dude. Smart. too smart. Somebody said that he was the dumb man smart person. And I thought,
A liberal said
came,
that probably.
yes, coming from the dumb person's dumb person. Jesus.
Because they don't understand what he's talking about.
Is he talking over their head? Is that what you're
Yeah.
saying? Probably.
Yeah.
Probably. So, okay, we'll get into it. Let's talk about our illustrious leader, Mr. Biden. And this little conference he gave, I guess he was giving kind of a press conference. He mentioned that he had cancer or something, which was weird. And then the White House had to roll it back like they do with everything that he said. Oh, you didn't really mean that. Okay.
They circle back.
Yes. Everything's circled back with them.
They're a bunch of circle jerks.
But he's doing better. He's doing better. Thank God he's doing better. His blood pressure's down. His breathing is regulated. His temperature is normal. And thank God we dodged a bullet there. He escaped the...
Otherwise, we'd have Harris in charge.
That's right. That's right. Yes.
That'd be the worst.
We escaped the Harris summer of death and strike. What did he say? The winter of death and illness, or illness and death, or something like that. We escaped the Kamala Harris presidency. Oof, dude, can you imagine? Can you imagine? I mean, look, I have no problem with a woman being president at all. Okay, if that, first of all, we don't want it to be because she's a woman. We don't want it to be because of some race that she is. We want them to be qualified for the position, judged based on what Martin Luther King said, the content of the character,
not the color of their
not
skin.
the color of their skin or their gender or who's fucking who they're sleeping with or anything. Who cares? They just got to be good at doing the job. And I'm not doing that. Nobody wanted her.
Like Trump was. Trump was pretty good at his job.
He was. Look, I understand that nobody likes. I understand why the people who don't like Trump don't like Trump. I got problems with him. I got issues with him. The guy's a narcissist. There's no doubt about it. You know, I did this and I'm you know what I mean? And he's a self-promoter. There's no doubt about it. There is nothing that was done that he doesn't take credit for sure. But give it to him. If what he's doing outside of that is keeping, you know, our economy regulated, gas prices low, you know, offering people opportunity if they actually go out and work instead of paying everyone to stay home, and running our economy into the ground and all that. If he's doing everything he needs to, keeping us respected on the on the world stage, give it to him. Jesus, I don't know if he's going to be president or not. He said they were talking about whether or not he was going to run. I don't know if he's going to. You think he's going to?
Well, he made it pretty clear without saying that he's going to run at the rally.
Really? Okay.
Because I think you can't announce that you're going to run until after the primaries or after the midterms.
Right.
There's a
there's clause
there.
Yeah.
So he legally can't say he's going to run yet.
Okay.
But he's got his plane, and he said he's coming back.
It's done. So it's done. He's running.
Read between the lines.
Whether he wins or not, that's aside from anything. But you know what? The guy is not programmed to lose, and that's one reason why he contested this whole
It'll be the third time he wins.
Possibly, yeah. Hey, no, it was, dude, freaking Biden. I take offense to the fact that this was the most fair election we've ever had. Biden won fair and square, more votes than any president ever in the history of presidencies.
Oh yeah.
Okay, he didn't even.
You're absolutely right.
He didn't even have to campaign, dude. He could. That's how popular he was. He could literally stay home, and when he did go out and actually, face the public, he couldn't fill a lunchroom full of people. That's how popular he was, though.
Wow.
Okay. You better.
It's incredible.
You better check yourself.
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll see where it goes from here. It's likely someone else will be the most popular president ever. I don't know where this is going to go. Anyway, it doesn't matter.
What's the first thing we got up here?
You know what? I wanted to talk a little bit about. Well, I was mentioning the fact that Biden's got the COVID now. He's already passed it. Now of course he's saying, well, that's not the last pandemic that we're going to have. And then, then we got this monkeypox thing. Remember we were looking at the monkeypox here a little earlier. It's pretty gross. It's like creates like little bumps and lesions on your skin and everything. And are you looking for it here?
Yeah, let me
let's see if we can bring it up. Now, it's got about the same survival rate as a COVID did. It's like you got about a 99% chance of pulling through with okay. I've often said if you go to Walmart and just look around, take a swath of the people that are walking around and look at the health, their condition that they're in, and they're on oxygen tanks and and you can see what the 1% is. It's going to be
they're out there.
A soft breeze would blow them over, and definitely probably COVID would, and monkeypox would not treat them too well either.
It's pretty gross.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Oh, jeez. I got to tell you, now that's a little bit more of like a concerning thing when you think, oh, I don't want that. Now, I don't. It's not a pandemic per se but it's definitely a good thing to scare people with. Okay, like you start throwing that stuff in front of me. This, what this reminds me of? I was in the military, dude, and when they were trying to tell us about all the communicable diseases that you could get, and they would just show you the nastiest, pussiest things, what syphilis could do and all of that. And I got to tell you, man, it had an impact, on me anyway. I know a lot of my buddies went down to the red light district. I was like, I saw the video. I'm kind of a puss that way.
Anything happened to them?
If it did, I never knew about it. Now I was a medic, so I can't completely say that that's not true. I did see a couple of situations where they caught some stuff, but you
nothing you can't fix.
Play stupid games, win stupid prizes, I guess is what they say, right? So, but it's just more of the same with this monkeypox thing, in my opinion, because we've had these.
You can't have your own opinion when you talk.
Yes, we've had these scares before. They use these tactics, right? The West Nile virus, right? What else do we have? We had the SARS virus, the bird flu, the swine flu, the Zika virus, and then of course we had COVID, and
this is the only one that matters.
And this one, yes, and now we got the monkeypox. We got that. You know what I mean? It's just kind of continue to keep people hurting along, okay? Keep them focused on something other than what they should be focused on, which is their business, which is something that's got value, that's got purpose, that's got meaning. Get your mind out of the fear gutter, and focus on what's important. That's what you should do as a creative, as an artist, and as an entrepreneur too. Because you want to be successful and happy. If you're happy in what you're doing and you're not successful at it, you're not going to be happy. If you're successful doing something that's shit and you don't like, you gotta do what. I know from speaking from a creative corner of the room, if I'm not doing something creative, I'm very unhappy. So, yeah. So anyway, but things are getting better. They're saying things are getting better. According to you got number 2 here. I don't know if I want to talk about, let's not talk about Hunter. It's just more the bullshit of he's never going to see jail time. They say that he could face prison because he registered as a foreign, he failed to register as a foreign agent to do business overseas. I don't give a damn. He's never going to see any time. The guy's done so much. Okay, go ahead. Here's the thing with this. I love to talk about things we can do something about. That we can, and this comes down to things you can do nothing about. This is privilege at its finest. And so what does it say here? It says, he reportedly did not register as a foreign agent while making business deals overseas, according to the, but go down a little further. I think it's down here and it says, he says.
Registered as a lobbyist?
Yes, he's registered as a lobbyist for domestic interests, but not under Foreign Agents Registration Act. But then it says here also he's getting charged with tax violations and lying about illegally buying a firearm. And I guess he ditched it in a dumpster somewhere. And that's aside from all the the drugs and the hookers and all on tape, and just and doing business with Ukraine and
10% for the big guy.
10% for the big dude, and it's all over the place. He'll never see a day behind bars for any of it. This is privilege.
Benny Johnson says he's going to jail.
We'll see. Yeah, I mean, if he does, I'll step back and I'll say that I'm wrong. But seeing a lot of this, dude, in my years, and it's just always they put out articles like this that he's going to jail for this, he's going to jail for that. Politicians, especially on the left, do not do jail time. I mean, I guess I could be wrong. Tell us in the comments down below if I'm wrong. Give me some examples of politicians that went to jail for something, especially on the left. I bet you could find a few on the right. Probably they're looking at jail time right now because of this January 6th thing.
Right.
I know Steve Bannon's looking at that. But what about on the left? No, I think fuck it, dude. Ain't nothing we can do about it. This is where we're at. Be happy with what you have. Okay. Yeah, that's what they want to tell you. So, but they're saying that things are getting better. Things are getting, the economy is looking up according to Commerce Secretary Gina Raimondo on Face the Nation. She was on there, getting interviewed, and she says, well, this whole inflation thing, it's probably peaked. Okay. She's the Secretary of Commerce.
But assuming
that we do not, what does it say there?
Have another global pandemic or war.
What does that tell you? That tells me it's not over. Okay. Because I think we're going to have, what about the monkeypox we talked at the beginning?
Yeah.
Okay.
And Hunter's junk that he's got going on with Ukraine.
And us subsidizing.
Why there's a war with Russia, that they're trying to hide information.
We funded Ukraine already with over $2 billion worth of equipment with a nuclear power against Russia, against a nuclear power. Man, that is playing with a stupid fire. That isn't even calculated risk. That's just ignorance. And everybody just kind of going about their business. Like, again, coming back though. What can you do about it? Out of our hands. You just wake up one day, or you don't wake up one day, because and we're all facing annihilation, and those who don't, they'll be sitting in nuclear fallout, and looking for food and water and fighting cancers and all that. Because I'm going to tell you, this is not anything to. This is not small stuff. I know it's nothing we can do anything about. And again, it frustrates me whenever I think about that. Oh, fuck, man. But anyway, this Secretary of Commerce, she comes out with this story. Right in time, of course, for the 2022. Like, what did you do with my sound, dude? My sound now sounds weird. Okay, yeah. I liked it better the other way, I think. Yeah, there we go. She's worth 300 million herself. She's a venture capitalist, and you got these politicians. This is the other thing. They coming back to the Hunter Biden thing, dude.
She only makes $230,000 a year.
$230,000 a year, but she's worth 300 million. And all of these, all the way up to the presidency, they come in, they are worth six figures. They leave worth hundreds of millions.
8,
yeah. So it's. Okay, so what are we doing here? We're just paving the foundation of where we're going with our messaging. That's all we're making this about, okay? And so we'll move on from that. But it is just in time for the midterms. I'm noticing that things are getting better. They're not getting better. They're going to get worse, okay? I'll roll that back too if I'm wrong, but I'm not. Okay, so... I was noticing this article here on Kid Rock, because I like Kid Rock, dude.
Kid Rock's good.
I'm a Kid Rock fan. A lot of people don't. Look, man, I like
him a lot more now that he's come out and said
I'm straight up
patriotic stuff.
Yes. What was the song? The recent song that he did? It was
Fuck Joe Biden or something.
Yeah. It was something. He did something like that. But I'm all into his old into his whole stuff. Boom, shit, you bone, and bang, bang. You know that's a good song, dude. You know, whatever he says there, I don't know the words, but it's good groove. You know what I mean?
It's good enough.
Yep. Be a cowboy, baby.
That's right.
It's good songs, dude. Come on, man. So you know, I mean, if you grew up with that music, you're going to be a little upset, and that's kind of what happened. If the concert doesn't come through, that's what happened at this Kid Rock show at the North Dakota State Fairgrounds, and people got upset because the concert was canceled, and it was due to bad weather. You know, there was lightning, there's thunder, storm, winds, and all that, and you know, kind of became a safety issue. And so, how did they present this? Rioting Kid Rock fans trash North Dakota State Fairgrounds wild photos show. Okay, so if you did they have the photos?
Is this the wild photos they're talking about? Because it doesn't look that crazy.
Dude, that looks just like the Chicago and Portland.
They're like
riots
standing
to me.
around. They're not doing anything.
Dude, that is
Yeah, it's like they're
fiery,
burning
but mostly peaceful. I don't know what you're saying there, you know, but those white supremacists, it's no different. These are more.
What is this?
Somebody go. I think this is where someone went on stage, and then they got escorted off. Oh, dude, the humanity. You know, and then people kind of started throwing trash and beer cans and got upset. And, you know, we got to do something about these white supremacists. It cannot go on. It cannot go on. I don't know. I just thought that, you know, this is how everything is framed now. You know, this is what the media does. The point with this is not so much, again, anything we can control, but we can control how we digest what it is that we're reading. And most people are not going to go in here and look at this and say, they're not going to look deeper into the story than rioting Kid Rock fans trash these fairgrounds and wild photos and all that. And they're going to read that, and that's as far as it's going to go. And they're going to say, see, it just happens everywhere. It happens everywhere, and it doesn't. No. A riot destroys things. Was there any fires here?
Nope.
Were things torn to pieces?
Nope.
Did they burn down any buildings? Did
Nope.
they kill anyone?
Anybody died? Nope.
I do know some that did, though. And it wasn't Kid Rock fans.
No, it was George Floyd fans.
It was George Floyd fans. That's right. It was BLM and Antifa and all the mindless lemmings that followed him and said, "Oh, we're not doing any of that." No, but you were the cover for people who were doing that. That makes you part of the problem, right?
Yep.
You know, if I'm driving the car and you go rob the bank, I'm part of it. I was just driving the car. That's all I was doing.
I didn't know he was going to rob the bank.
Yeah, right. But they were out there every single night, even though they knew what was going to happen every single night. Out there, the peaceful ones were out there every night. Get the fuck out of here, man. You know what? You can't play games with this shit, Justin. You cannot play games with this shit, people. Okay, if you do and you let yourself be led along, the people who are controlling the narrative they're gonna take control of anything that's special and purposeful and meaningful for you. That's the goal. We'll get into that a little bit more, but anyway, but I want to see this video of this man getting hit by this car. It's just a story. You know, one other thing I was going to mention there. Did you see the new Wakanda trailer?
The Wakanda trailer.
The Wakanda trailer.
No, the Wakanda.
Wakanda. Wakanda forever. The Black Panther. Oh, the Black Panther. I'm sorry. I just think of Wakanda anytime I think of Black Panther. That's Wakanda is what we're trying to create right now. The great Wakanda.
The place that they think is real.
Yes. And where it's diverse.
It's like just below Zambia under the falls there.
Under the invisible force field.
Yeah.
Yes. I liked Black Panther. I'm not putting that. If you make a good story, and it was okay. I'm not going to say it was the best thing since sliced bread. I can appreciate the fact that I actually can appreciate that it was an all black cast and it was kind of made for that demographic. I get it, and there's nothing wrong with that. Okay, as long as it doesn't become something that you virtue signal in a victim mentality. Okay, but I was watching this trailer and it just did. That's not how that came off. Okay. You start off right away, of course, with "No woman not cry." Wasn't, the original, of course. It's, they always have to change it up with some sappy, slower music, and then, bring in the how do I put this? The oppressed women, okay, that are now warriors, and it's bringing in that oppressive music, but no, they're warriors now, And I don't know, a lot of people. I was watching the YouTube. I could be reading this wrong, but whatever. I was watching the YouTube trailer and reading the comments. I was in tears. I was just so moved by this. This is the best trailer I've ever seen. I've never seen anything. I've never seen Marvel put anything out like this. And all I saw through the whole thing was sappy music and a bunch of black warrior women, bald black warrior women, and jumping around. And
is Will Smith's wife in it?
Dude, I think she set the precedence with the alopecia thing and saying, you know what, this is going to be the new hairstyle for black women. I think
she was just trying to get a role in the movie.
Yeah, I'm not.
And that's why they got so pissed off, is because she didn't get the role, right?
Maybe there's a theory. But I wonder if black dudes are they into that now? Are white dudes into that? I'm not saying that black women.
Comment below.
Yes, comment. Say if you're a black guy and you like the bald look, go let us know. I'm not saying it's not my thing, but I like them Latinas. Okay, but
because you're married to one.
Because I'm married to one. That's right. I'm consistent, at least with my thoughts on this. So anyway, but no, Marvel is just, I don't know. They're going really woke, and trying so hard to I don't know, push the buttons. It's this intentional button pushing thing that really gets me. If you're gonna do it, just do it, but don't try to sap it up. There's one, where the woman's in there and she's going, "Have I not given enough? They have taken my man. They've taken this. They've taken my family. Have I not given it?" It's like, come on, guys. I don't know. I just,
up.
I'm trying hard to just go along. I can't be moved and manipulated in that way. Anyway. Sorry I went down that road. I'm going to apologize for everyone that had to deal with that.
So you're going to go see it?
No. Hell no. I'm going to check out Rotten Tomatoes. I think, okay, look. Let me back up to that a little bit. If the new Black Panther movie is a good movie with a good story, I'll roll this all back. Okay? I just am saying that they're making what it's about, or what is this? The looks of it and the what's the word I'm trying? The veneer of what it is that this movie is about. They're making it all about that, and they didn't say anything about the story whatsoever. Which most trailers, and you put together trailers, I put together trailers, and you kind of try to tell a brief synopsis of what the story is about. So you kind of go, oh, okay, it's going to be about this, about that. This is just, all fluff, all image, all what we're looking at, nothing about what the story. I couldn't tell you what the damn story's about. Couldn't give you. I have no clue.
Bald black women.
Yes,
warriors.
well, you got yeah, and so if it's at this point, maybe that's the buttons they're trying to push. Maybe that's what they're trying to do. Maybe
I'm the button pusher.
I don't know. Okay, this story here. You know what? I'm probably gonna just watch, see what's on Rotten Tomatoes, and if Rotten Tomatoes says it's a 30%, I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna say, "See, I told you." This was all about the looks and the veneer of what this film is, all about the virtue signaling and not about the story. They really don't give a damn about the story. But if the story comes through and they actually put together a good story, I'll shut the fuck up and I will admit that I was wrong. Moving forward. Okay, into this story. You watch this man get hit by a car and then robbed twice while he's injured in the street. This is in New York City. The wonderful streets of New York City. It's in the Bronx there, which you kind of got to expect it, I guess, if it's in the Bronx. But I don't. No, you know what? Okay, when we talk about things that you can control and what you cannot. I can't control Disney, what they put out. You know, I can't even control the people that are just lured into all the fluff and the BS and the woke narrative. I can't control any of that. But you're looking at this guy who gets hit by the car. It's like, dude, really? You kind of got to be aware of where you're at, aware of your surroundings. Best way not to be a victim. This dude kind of should have been paying attention. So I can't completely. Just watch the video.
Let's take a look.
Now to a disturbing story developing tonight. A hit-and-run robbery in the middle of a street. A car hits a man, and then the people in that car.
Skip all this narrative right here. Let's can we get this?
Well, it's
All right, it's there. Okay, it comes right up. Here we go.
Here is difficult to watch. The car seems to
Swerve. Boom.
hitting the man who was walking in an intersection in the Bronx. And then as that victim lays motionless, the crooks victimize him again.
And again.
Looking for anyone who saw this hit.
Okay, so they bust him. They show it again, I think, later in the video. Kind of scrub that a little bit and see. Yep. Here it is. See. Because they show it from a different angle.
Hit and thrown up into the air by that black car. It stops. And
The car stops.
not to check on him, though, but to check his pockets. Police say they took his belongings before driving away. But a minute and a half later, they are back for more, police say, to check the man's pockets again. Seen here, even rolling him over right where they left him.
That is. Okay. You know, sometimes you look at humanity and you gotta question where people's mind. I wonder if they're never Trumpers.
Who are these people that robbed him?
Yeah. You know, I wonder
Could
if they
be.
were at the last Trump rally. You know, I mean, that's not fair.
I don't think they were.
That's not fair of me. I shouldn't say that.
They were probably in
They're
Portland.
probably not third generation welfare. That's my bias.
You
So
mean you think they
bad.
might have been fatherless?
Oh, they could have been. Yeah, I think Mama had more impact in their life than. No, that's feminist. You know, I shouldn't. Or no, what is it?
Sexist.
No, not the sexist. Thank you, misogynist.
Misogynist, sexist.
You know, these guys are. I'll call it the way it is, man. These guys are fucking pieces of shit. They are fucking animals. This is sick. It's sick. It's sick in the head. And if you support this kind of garbage, if you're on the side of this, you are sick. You're a sick mind. You need to seek help.
And don't tell me it's normal.
It's not. It's not normal. It's not good. You see how he took that? He fucking took that motherfucker out. Yeah, that ain't fucking cool. It ain't good. It's not even human. It's sick. It's sick. Oh, but you don't know where they come from. What the hell? Where they come from? They're from the street. Fuck them. Bullshit. Be on the fucking receiving end of that shit and see if they fucking agree. I'd like to see all three of them lined the fuck up and get the same fucking treatment. That'll scare them straight. That'll bring it all fucking home. Fucking bullshit. I saw this dude and I was just sitting there going, what fucking human waste? Oh, they just need help. They just need some social help. Your mind ain't right. All three of them, and they're in their own little mob, in their own little herd. Probably won't see them at a Kid Rock concert. I'm gonna guess.
Nope.
It's just to me. I no woman no cry. No woman no cry. Whatever. Anyway, you see this shit everywhere. There's this one story also. Here's another one that's from Texas. Similar garbage, but kind of a sad, just sad. Ah, dang, dude, that fucking last video, dude. That fucking doesn't that just fucking make you go off? Because that's the kind of shit.
What are you gonna do about it, though?
That's the kind of well, I'll tell you one thing. The guy that was walking across the street, it's like, man, don't take anything for granted. Oh, that car's gonna stop. You know, I'm just in my crosswalk. Come on, you can't, dude. You gotta.
He was probably headed to work and wanted to get off of work.
You got to be aware of your surroundings. He was on his way to work. That's the part of the story there, and he was actually just real close to his work. He was across the street to go to his work, and people were saying he's good guy. People who knew him, but you got to be aware of your surroundings.
Well, my fiance, so now when she goes to work, she works for a guy. He runs it out of his house. They all park in front of the house, and then the new neighbor came in and complained about it. So now they have to park at the church across the street, and every day they got to walk around across the main highway. And they joke about that every time. It's make sure you get hit by the car. But the other guy,
Move to the Bronx,
he says, hey, they'll stop. He's not really concerned about it, but it's like you can't expect that they're going to stop.
That's right.
How do you know that they're not paying attention?
Well, not paying attention, or they just intentionally want to smash into you with a stolen car.
I'll send him this video,
and then rob you.
So that way, maybe.
Yes, this is a public awareness message right here. Okay, be aware of your surroundings, because there are fucking human animal. They're these trash fucking human psychopaths. Okay, that maybe don't have your best interest in mind. Yeah. So, like this other piece of shit that they, put into the ground, as they should have, because he, I guess, stole a car, and they were called to a scene. I don't know if he shot a couple of other people too. I didn't read so deep into the story because I just didn't read the story. But I know that
you
they
read
were
what you needed to read.
What's that? I read what I needed to read, and what was important in the fact that this guy had 2 automatic handguns, which were probably Uzis. I think a Uzi is an automatic handgun. I was hearing that, and I'm like, automatic handgun. Oh yeah, okay. I guess it could be.
How did he get an automatic handgun? Is my question.
Well, dude, because he went in and legally purchased a gun and got a legal background check for his automatic handgun, okay, and purchased it very legitimately, okay, because that would be my obvious answer, since they have so many hoops that you got to jump through in order to buy a gun. I mean, I'm sure that he went through all the legal means to get it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, automatic weapon. Yeah.
Can't buy automatic weapons.
Oh, you can't. Oh, I stand corrected. Well, he was probably illegal then.
He illegally got a gun?
Stole a car, and then they went on a police chase and shot this police officer in the face, and also in the foot. She got shot twice. Okay, and let's take a look at her. So, her name is her last name is Sepulveda. What was her first name? It is I saw that last name. I'm just like, hey man, that's all I need to see. That Spanish Latina name, and I was like, oh man, okay. But what's her first name, Justin? Okay, let's see.
I couldn't tell you.
Damn it! They just keep calling her Sepulveda. Oh well. But look at her. I mean, that's a fresh face, man. That is a beautiful girl. She's like a 29, right?
29.
Beautiful woman, I should say. Officer shot in the face.
It's a shame.
Yeah, it is. That's many more crimes were committed that day than just stealing a car and shooting at police officers.
Was it an illegal automatic weapon?
Totally illegal. Yeah. Again, is there anything we can do about it?
Nothing. Nothing you can do about it.
Okay. Trying to think if there is, because what are the lessons that we can learn from something like that? You know, dude,
Well, who is this person? Did they say?
they don't. They don't say who the perp was, who the suspected shooter was. Of course, they never. They don't say that this animal, this human feces
Take a look.
that they ended up having to take. I don't give it. Yeah, I don't think they say. Oh, it's Crystal Sepulveda. Crystal Sepulveda. That's her name. Salute. Sorry, they say, oh, she's gonna be okay and all of that, but it just, I mean, I'm looking at that face, I'm thinking, shoot, I don't know, man. I like my Latinas. I like my Latinas.
I wonder why they don't say who this person was. I know he fled.
I can't venture to guess why.
I'm gonna guess it's an illegal Mexican that came across the border when they weren't supposed to.
Possibly, I would.
That's where I'm putting my money.
You gonna put your money there?
Yeah, I'm gonna.
We'll
put
see
my
if
money
you're
there.
right.
I'm gonna put my money on
We'll
that.
roll the dice, see if you're right. And
Because if it was a legal citizen, they would say it was a white man.
yes, it was a white supremacist, and he didn't like Latinas.
Mm-hmm.
Them beautiful Latinas.
It was a race attack too.
Right.
But they don't say that. So if they don't say it,
Yeah.
that means it's the other.
That's
was
you're
the
probably
colored person
right.
that did
You're
it.
probably right.
Probably a Mexican. Illegal Mexican. Not illegal Mexican.
We'll keep you posted on her on her recovery. Hopefully she recovers all right. That's courage. That's bravery. What do you learn from something like that? I'm going to tell you what. That woman could probably be a model. She's cute. I'm sorry. I'm looking at that face. I'm thinking that's a good-looking woman. And she could look, fucking people could say what they want. The better looks that you have in the world, the more is available to you. If you're thinner, you're going to get more jobs than if you're a fucking whale. Okay? If you're smart and you talk articulately, unlike me, you'll get some opportunities available to you that others won't. If you're good looking or tall, from being tall, that people look up. It carries an aura about it that is more respected. I don't know why. It's just human nature, man. It's just how it is. It goes back, to,
The beginning of time.
yes.
Nature.
Yes. But I mean, like I said, that's why we always, that's why look, you don't even have to be that good looking. You just have to be not fat and disgusting, which you see with a lot of these leftists. They go and then they freaking pierce every freaking piece of their body and tat themselves up and fucking shave their head and all these different things. And they purposely go out there, gain fucking 60 pounds. I think they gain it on purpose. Like they try to get a beer belly. And they go out and they scream, "My body, my choice."
Sorry,
Undoubtedly so.
Nobody
Okay.
wants to touch that.
Right. And it's like, look, man, you think that opportunity, you're how much opportunity are you cutting out of your life? For what? I don't know. This is, yeah. So
Speaking
I'm
of
not-
walruses,
so speaking of fat shaming, yes, we have this story of a walrus named Freya who's sinking ships and causing mayhem in Norway. It's just a funny story. I thought it was cute, so because it seems like this walrus is kind of gotten used to people.
well, even if you are overweight and big, you can still get on the news and get pictures taken of you.
Well, yeah, I mean, especially if it was that what we're learning from this story. Is that what
That's
you're trying
what
to
we're
say?
learning. Yes,
If you're nice and you got a good personality.
that's what it is.
Because some people really, it's become kind of a novelty in the area, and they're saying that the walrus can't sleep because people are always coming up and bugging it all the time, and they need like 10 hours of sleep. I don't know. I'm not a biologist, but that's what they're saying, I guess, in this story. But some people don't like it because it's jumping on their boats and it's being a nuisance, and it's and the
Understandable.
waters are taking on water. On water, and they got to run the bilge pumps to and tell the damn walrus to get off the boat. Okay, and look, it's just cute. It's cute. Come on.
What if we play
All
this
right.
video?
Where's PETA? They should just be, you know, right. Where's the feminists? Okay, with the fat shaming thing. Okay, they got people who want to get rid of poor Freya because Freya's like 1,500 pounds and jumping up on boats and making them take on. Well, look at the thing. I think it's funny. Okay, I'm for Freya. We need to make a shirt, dude. Okay, feminists fight for Freya. How about that?
Help us out.
Help
We
us
need
out.
the help.
Yeah. Go over to midnightamerican.com. We got shirts over there that I've designed myself. I might have to put a feminist fight for Freya on there. I just think it's a fun story. What are you gonna do? Okay, we'll wrap this up with an article that from Comic-Con this year. William Shatner was on a panel, and he was talking about, he's being brutally honest about the new Star Trek shows and just how they kind of degraded over time from the original Star Trek series. So, and I liked Star Trek. I was a big Star Trek fan of the original series. Yes, I'm on the young side of the boomers. I like just catch the cusp, and I grew up with Star Trek, and actually I liked Star Trek: The Next Generation too. I thought that one was all right. But so scroll down to the bottom here where he says, keep going. I think.
No, it's right here.
Is it? Where he says, no. Go down,
No,
down.
more.
Yeah, down more. Because he says,
Oh,
down a little more.
I
Yeah,
know
down
what
it.
you're talking
Yeah, there. He says, when he was asked by a fan if he thought the new Star Trek series rivaled, then his own, Shatner quickly replied, none of them. He's got a little bit of an ego. You know, I like him, but yes, the ego's there. He expanded on his answer with, I got to know the creator, Gene Roddenberry, who's the creator of the Star Trek series. I think he was actually part of The Next Generation as well in writing. In the 3 years, he knew him fairly well. He'd be turning in his grave at some of this stuff right now. Some of the woke, some of the, virtue signaling shit that they have on there. And just the shallow writing. I started watching some of these newer ones. The Discovery and, some of those. I thought they were shallow. They just didn't keep my interest. They didn't keep your interest the way the human nature stories of the original did. They knew how to attack some of the issues of the time. And what was cool about the original series was it showed that even in the future, just the more time changes, the more human nature remains the same. Okay, we don't change as animals, as, in the way that we respond to stimuli. And people are still, they get angry over the same things. They're jealous over the same things. They're, in some ways prejudiced about, the same issues. They start wars for all the same reasons. And I loved it. It was Twilight Zone was kind of the same way. What's his name? Runner blank. He did the Twilight Zone. Somebody tell me.
No idea.
Okay. Twilight Zone was the same way. The stories that were in there, they dealt with human nature. They dealt with issues of Rod Serling. Thank you. So Rod Serling was dude, he was a writer. If you watch some of the stories he's got stuff from behind the scenes where he's teaching writing. Guy was fucking understood human nature first and foremost. And so I think he's right. I guess what I'm basically, coming down to here, but I didn't like Deep Space Nine. I didn't like Discovery. I didn't like, some of this other stuff, but I liked Wrath of Khan. You know what? Actually, if you're a writer for movies, watch The Wrath of Khan and see how that movie's structured. That is a really picture perfect study on kind of the hero's journey and all of that. Great movie, man. From 82. They just don't write movies like that. They put out such garbage now. And it's killing me.
Anything post 90s is
All right.
just worthless.
But I wanted to go to the top of this article, kind of wrap things up with something that Shatner shared. And can I go on up? Here, yeah, you got it already. Sorry. He goes, he says, well, somebody who had asked him if in his 20s there was anything that he knew in his 20s that he knows now. How do you word that? And he says, I'm glad I didn't know. God damn it. Okay, I'm saying this all
I got
wrong.
it.
I'm glad I didn't know because he's glad he didn't know in his 20s what he knows now. Let me say that the right way. Because what you know at 90 is take it easy. Nothing matters in the end. What goes up must come down. If I'd known that at 20, I wouldn't have done anything. And in other words, if he'd have known at 90 what he knew at 20, he'd never accomplished anything that he'd done. And how this really hit home with me when I was reading this is what the media, Hollywood, the government, all these interest groups, the LGBTQ fuck all groups that are out there that say we need to get on board with what they're thinking, the way that they freaking want us to believe, the way they want us to create as artists. As artists, dude, we have to manage what we do creatively around their narrative and their ideology. Otherwise, we're going to get called a bad name. Well, I'll tell you, I won't. What Shatner's basically saying here is he's nihilistic now that he's 90. Okay, he's kind of at a stage right now where it's like you wind down as you get older, and you're supposed to. That's the mindset you're supposed to have. I got way more behind me than I got in front of me at this stage, and you should be able to look back with pride and accomplishment and say, man, I'm good. And that's what I would wish on. I would wish that for anybody. Especially creatively, man, because if you're creative, it's painful not to create. And if you don't create anything that's of value, that gives your life purpose and meaning, that's honest, that's true, that serves others, if you don't do that with your life, you're going to look back on, if you even look back at all and you don't blow your brains out, you're going to look back on with sorrow. You're going to look back with massive regret. I don't think Shatner does. But the problem that we have is that, as I said, the media, academia, Hollywood, and all these groups, they want you to be nihilistic at 20. And they don't, fuck that. They want you to be nihilistic at 10. They want to introduce you to all this garbage they want to mature kids at a very, very young age to where they're so confused about everything. So because that makes them, they're malleable at that age. And they want to turn adults into children. Okay, and blur that line. Okay, I could go into a whole other thing about that. And maybe I will at some point. It has to do more with socialism. But they want you to be nihilistic at a time when you're not supposed to be nihilistic. When you're supposed to have hope and purpose and drive and determination and goals and be willing to take hits and struggle. When you can actually take it mentally and physically, you can take the pain.
And you should be stretching yourself to the beyond.
Absolutely. Looking for a mentor, looking for someone to help you achieve, to give you the information, not to carry you, not to soft glove you, but to give you some kind of direction and say, man, I've been there. That's That's what Shatner's doing here. He's giving information. Now he's the mentor. He's not the Captain Kirk anymore, out on adventures, you know, cutting up the galaxy. That's not what he's doing. He's now a mentor. And but I digress a little bit. They're trying to make 20-year-olds into nihilists, and then they want to replace all those things I said before, the goals, aspirations, dreams, freaking hard work and all that, and say, we will replace that. We are the answer to all of that. Follow us, you know, become woke. You don't have to go out and achieve. You look for this socialist utopia, okay, where they serve you. You don't have to give anything to the world. You don't have to offer anything. You don't have to be of service to anyone. We will be the answer. You don't need religion or beliefs. We will be the answer. We are the answers to everything. And this is a problem. And this is something that we can control, that is within our power to control. We go through these stories, things that you can't, you know, you need to think with your own mind, guys. You need to think with your brain, not be led along. That if I could give one piece of advice, okay, take it for what it's worth. Fucking think with your own mind. Anything you hear me say, Justin say, any like, this is our fucking opinions. We live with our own issues and shallowness and intelligence and whatever it is. You know what I mean? It doesn't, we could be wrong, we could be right. That's not what matters. Is that you listen to this and you're open to thinking with your own mind and saying, what does this story mean? Because that's what I'm asking here. What does this story mean? Can't control everything in the world. Got to know what you can change and what you can't change, and focus on the things that you can. And that is, going back to what I said, street smarts, you know, becoming, and how do you get street smart, Justin?
You got to get out and do stuff on the street.
I mean, you can't just stand there in the street and say you're street smart?
Nope.
You mean you can't read an article on fucking Facebook?
Nope.
Watch a YouTube video?
Nope. That might help. But
I'll tell you what.
you gotta see one, try one, and then teach one.
Okay. All right. Right on. And get into the dude.
That's how you're gonna learn.
That's how you learn. But you got to try one. That's what you said. This is the first one, right?
You see one,
See one. Oh.
watch one. So your instructor, whatever, you're gonna listen. You're gonna absorb the information, and then you're going to physically try one. And then after that, then you teach somebody what you've gone through.
Okay. So to learn it thoroughly.
Yes.
And I'm focusing on the try one. Okay. Yep. The try one. Because this is where I think, you know what? Of those three things, that's the only one that I don't see that everybody thinks. You got these freaking 20-year-old freaking life coaches who want to teach one. Brother, you ain't even done anything yet. Mm-hmm. You haven't gotten out there and got your teeth knocked out. You got to fucking get out there and do. That's where you learn. That's where that guy that was in that video that got creamed by those wonderful individuals, you know, those wonderful Three Stooges that came out of that car. Okay. Street smarts. He's a little wiser today. Okay. Probably a little more broken up too. But I tell you what, I watch that and I'm like, man, that's where you can wake up and get up. But you have to get out there. You can't just never cross the street. Okay. That's what a lot of people, they see that and they go, oh, I'm not going outside. I'm not going out there. You got to get out there and you got to make things happen. You got to be honest. You got to be truthful. You got to fight. Justin and I said when we did this podcast, if you can't speak your own mind, even if you're a dumbass, you say something fucking stupid. If you can't speak your own mind, you're a prisoner. You're not just a coward. Okay. You're fucking done. You're out. You're worthless. I'll say it. And I would hope anyone who listens to this, you take note of it. Even if you're an artist, even if you're a creative, I know the environment that you're oftentimes playing in. You got to step out and be your own person and fight against the trash mentality that's out there, the woke mentality, the I'm entitled type, thoughts that All I got to do is be creative. All I've got to be is just this wonderful flower that just blooms and everybody just comes and smells and thinks it's just the most wonderful thing. You gotta serve. You gotta get out there and serve others. That's what gives life meaning. And you gotta get into the fucking game. And you gotta fight for what's right. And you gotta be brave and courageous. And otherwise, I gotta tell you guys, I don't think we're gonna have a country left. You know, they're gonna pull you right out of your little art studio and put you to work in some fucking cement factory someplace. You think it can happen? It's happened many, many times in fucking history. And I want people to wake up to it. So that's where I'm at with it. That's all I got, Justin.
That's fantastic.
You wanna
Words of
anything you want to
wisdom.
add?
Serve. Get out there and serve. That's
Right
all
on.
you got to do.
Justin knows. He lives
Give back.
it. Mm-hmm. Right on, brother. Good job on the studio, by the way, and working with me on this. I look forward to doing many more in the future. Guys, that's it. And go on over to midnightamerican.com. Check out some of the other stuff that we've done in the past, some of the other videos and all that. And buy a t-shirt if you want to support this channel moving forward. And we got much more coming to you in the future. And that's it. Until next time, know yourself better than you know anyone else.